All right, bro, I want to make this video for you, just showing you how to set up your settings. So when you get into Warzone, this stuff doesn't matter right now. It's just you go over to the top, or wait, hold on, over here. You go to the settings up here. Oh my God, that took forever. All right, so first thing, go to controller. You're gonna go edit button layout. You're gonna keep it on. You're gonna have it to custom. So right now it's on default. You go to custom. You're going to come here to change stand slide dive, and you're going to select R3. R3 is your right joystick where your thumb goes on the right side. So you're going to select it, and then you're going to press down on R3 and select it. Then what's going to happen is, because this was initially circle, your circle is going to come down here to the melee. So that's all you got to do. Just trust me, this is a way better way to play. So do that first. Then you're going to back out by hitting circle. Turn off controller vibration. You do not want, you don't want this, trust me, just turn it off. You also want to turn off trigger effect. Dead zone inputs, so hit X on that. You're gonna come to the left stick min, just change it to like 2. Left stick max, go to, I have mine at 63. What this does is it lowers, it's hard to explain. You want to do this for the game though, so just do it. Right stick minimum, I have mine at 4. Set yours to 4 and it should be fine. Right stick max stays at 100. Dead zones, set them to 0. You want these at 0. What this basically means is like when I hit the R2 button to shoot, it's how much dead zone is in the trigger. So as soon as I pull that trigger, I want it to fire immediately. So it just saves time. So change those to 0 and then you're done with that. Then you go over to aiming. You're going to want to set your stick sensitivity. I would start at maybe 6 because you're kind of new. I have mine at 8. This is really just whatever your comfort level is until you get used to the game. So maybe do like 6 on each and then change it to 7 or 8 if you can go faster. That's just the sensitivity of like when you're aiming. Keep going down under aiming. Aim response curve type must be dynamic. Make that dynamic and leave all this stuff the same. ADS sensitivity transition timing should be instant. So if it's anything other than that, change it to instant. You don't have to use this custom sensitivity per zoom. I do. It's not really a big deal. I mean, I'll probably just turn it off. Actually, I'll leave it on. So the way I do this is I set my ADS for low zoom to 0.70. This just means when you're aiming down sight with a gun, it reduces your you get 70% of the sensitivity of like whatever you have it set at. So you can set that to like 7, maybe set it to 8. It's not overly important. This is whatever you feel comfortable with. And then for the longer zooms, you can go a little bit higher, like that. Oops, I canceled out. All right, go back in the controller. We're still in aiming. Target aim assist is on. Aim assist type stays as default. ADS aim assist on. Third party doesn't matter. And leave motion sensor behavior off. Go over to gameplay. This is really important. Automatic sprint. You want this to be on automatic tactical sprint. Trust me, you want that on. Slide maintain sprint, make sure that's on. Auto move forward is left off. For tactical sprint behavior, you want single tap run. Yeah, single tap run. Sorry, I had to double check that. Leave ground mantle on. Automatic airborne mantle partial. This stays off. Slide dive behavior, very important. Switch this to slide only. Plunging underwater can be free. Parachute automatic behavior. I like to leave this off. You might want to have it on in the beginning. But yeah, I turn this off. Sprint door bash on for sure. Movement base for lead. This should all just stay as is. Gas mask activation. Change this from automatic to manual if it's not already on manual. These all stay the same. Change zoom activation, tactical sprint, sprint focus. So I do this one, not the melee, the other one. So you got to switch this from melee to this. Equipment behavior hold, weapon mount activation, ADS plus melee, weapon mount medium, tactical stance. I do ADS melee, but you might want to do like double tap. You don't have to really worry about this right now. Let's see. Tactical stance behavior on toggle. Okay, this is a really important one. Interact, reload behavior. Prioritize interact. You've got to switch this. Super important. That's a big one. Armor plate behavior. You're going to want this to be on apply all. I have back buttons, so I can hold the button down while I'm running around. Trust me, you want to apply all. Leave this off. If it's on, turn it to off. All this stuff stays the same. Quick C4 detonation should be by 1 actually. Manual fire behavior press. Akimbo behavior is independent. And everything else I think just stays the same. Yep, all that stays the same. All right, so that is controller. Graphics. On-demand texture streaming minimal. If you put this on optimized, it it could slow your game down and cause you like delay when you're fighting people. These are important. Turn off world motion blur. Turn off weapon motion blur. Film grain I have at 0. That just adds like noise in the freaking I don't know why you would raise that. Depth of field, turn it off. Fidelity, FX cast, leave that on. Change the strength to 20. Eco mode preset efficiency, 120 hertz refresh rate is on. Field of view, you're going to play with this a little bit. It's probably like 80 or 90 default. I've got mine at 107. This just basically zooms out so you have more of a fisheye view. It just gives you more visibility when people are like in your peripheral vision. I would not go all the way up to 120. I just found that 107 is pretty comfortable for me. It's really at your own discretion. You can even hit triangle here to make it a favorite, so it's in your quick settings. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. I like inverted flashbang, so it's not like bright white in my eyes when I get flashbanged, so I turn that on. This stuff doesn't really matter. Just leave these as is. And so safe area. I brought mine. You see how they can go out and in. I bring mine really far in. That way, my tac map in the top left corner is a little closer, so I don't have to move my eyes as far to see it. So I would bring those in too if you want. So that's graphics. Audio. If you have a headset, I use headphone bass boost. Master game volume, I have at 90. Voice chat volume, I put at 30. That way, like the voices of the game are not louder than like listening to enemy footsteps. So I like to tone that down to like 30. Voice chat is on. Game voice channel, all lobby. Last words chat on. Proximity chat, set this as a favorite. You could turn this on and off in the middle of a game. So what proximity chat means is if there's an enemy operator, like another person playing online, and they're near you, maybe they're like in the building next door, you can talk to each other through prox chat. So if this is on, you can hear each other talking. A lot of times I turn this off because I don't like them to hear me talking to my teammates if I'm close by, so we sneak up on people. But I sometimes will turn this on just so I could talk shit. Open mic sensitivities, mine's at 9. If you have a good mic, just lower this down to like 9, 10, 11, or 12. It does not need to be at like whatever the default is. Microphone level 18. So this right here, the sensitivity is for like background noise. So like if your kid's screaming in the background, if you lower this down to 9, it's like noise cancellation. This is like how loud you're coming in on your mic. I could probably lower this down to like, yeah, whatever, 16 or whatever. You could test it too, so you can hear how loud you are. So you turn this on, you can test it, see if it's louder. It gets really loud up here. So I just drop it down to like 14, and it's good. You can also favorite this if you want. You can do favorite like 15 of them. And then everything else we leave on. And I think I turn off like the music and stuff. All that stuff is just crazy. You don't need all that. And then reduced distance sound is on. Interface, subtitles default, subtitle size default. Leave this at 0. Default English, custom color customization. Okay. So one thing that I do is I go to the enemy and just leave it. If you have a hard time seeing the red on your screen, which I do, I like to make these purple. Because if you look at the little diamond figure, like the squares on the map that are changing colors, those are enemies, right? If they're in like the building next to you, but they're on like the second floor and you're on the ground floor, it'll have like a little line above them in the map, so you'll know that they're a level above you. If it's red, I have a hard time seeing that, so I just turn it to purple. If you don't have any issue seeing the red, just leave it as red. But that's just something to make note of. Color filter, I do filter 2. That's what a lot of internet people do. I don't know, just leave it at that. Color filter target is both. World color intensity, I lower this on the 70 because it's really vibrant, dude. It's just too much. And then interface color intensity I have is 95. So that's everything. Oh, last thing, mini map shape, switch it to square. Because if you look at the circle, all it is it's a square without the corners. So it literally gives you less visibility. So switch that to square, leave mini map rotation on, horizontal compass on, crosshairs on, hit marker visuals on, damage base hit markers on. Going back to crosshairs, if you hit square, you can change the center dot to largest. It just helps you to center better when you're running around, so you know where the center of your screen is. I think that's everything. It should be. Yeah, I turn on like the stamina bar, the server latency, the packet loss, the clock. I turn all that stuff on so I can see it on the game, and then menu prompts are automatic. So that should be everything. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions.